Hello and welcome to Drivable's eInvoice feature walkthrough. This is for any salespeople at Australian car dealerships who are looking to get the client or company to securely pay for their vehicle. Now, they're still going to do the transaction through their bank. It's just getting that information of what the bank details are turns out to be harder than just sending them an email. Is an example from from a couple of years ago, 2023, whereby $139,000 in payments were meant to be spent on buying a nice Mercedes Benz. However, the Victorian couple got scammed because the invoice itself was altered. The dealership sent the email through. Their email account had been hacked. Seems like the PDF had been altered. The wrong account details were put in there, and multiple transactions and payments were sent to a bank account used by the scammer, and it's been taken to court. So that's not really what you want when you're running a car dealership. And it's not just happened once, it's happened a variety of times, and there is a whole lot of fraud, to be honest, just happens. And it's to be expected. Look, you are doing tens of thousands of dollars in transactions, and hackers are, getting their payday, so to speak. There's all of the different services where the account information has been leaked, and people might be reusing their passwords or having all sorts of other issues. I go into a little bit more detail here in our eInvoice post on the Substack. And yeah, the main point here is just sending an email with the PDF attached and saying, yeah, pay that, isn't quite enough these days. We need to be a bit more smart about it. And because you're already using Drivible to upload your documents, then it should be quite easy to send the request and use our client site and everything else. So I'll go through how that's generally done. You go here to deals, assuming you've already logged into the Drivible website, to our actual app. Now it's not a deal. You can use deal and send a payment request and terms and conditions as part of our eSign feature. But what we're talking about today is the eInvoice feature, not eSign. So in this case, we will upload a example document and just give it a few moments for that to upload, and we're going to run some AI analysis on that. And now this is a example document, it's not a real one. As such, we do sometimes find it doesn't get all of the fields. And I'll just point out that, if you find that there are some fields missing, so as an example in this, we've got the first name with last name. The email is clearly visible here. Deal number and some other things are, but wasn't added in. So you can just click here, report.ai issue. That document now gets sort of tagged as something for us to go and add to our machine learning, and usually once a month we'll go through and add some extra labeling. If it's important or urgent, just let us know, and we'll make sure that we get your details hopefully analyzed as you are uploading those documents. And I will point out, you don't actually need to drag and drop this. You can also just do it via a incoming email address. So, or directly from your DMS into our system via email. All right. If you do have some extra files, you can upload those. In this case, it didn't pick up the mobile. And I'm pretty sure we already have this person as a client. And with that, boom, we've picked up all the extra fields. We especially want, when sending an e-invoice or e-sign, the mobile and the email address, because that will go, you want that two-way validation that people can do. We also want the settlement amount. Now I can either type it here or I can type it here, but I do just want to include the, I was looking at it just before, the deal number. That's, we can use this one. I'm going to use something slightly different just because I've done this a few times. Okay. So confirm who we're sending it to, Paul in this case, and $28,095. So $28,095. Check. These are the current valid bank details for your dealership. Your BSB account number, account name, pay ID, all of that. And also the this will be the reference that they will put in when they go to pay. So I can now just send that as an e-invoice. Boom. Goes through, is both SMS'd and emailed through. It's a little bit hard for me to show you that SMS, but I can show you here the email. Hi, Paul. Please pay. Now we show the BSB and account number, both here and in the SMS, but we don't show all of the details because otherwise that would cause them to just try using whatever they've got there directly. And the point here is that they then go to this client site. We know that they've accessed this site. They get to see all of the information here, including the actual PDF, which in this particular case takes a few moments just because of the way I created it as a test example. And so they'll go to their bank, make the transfer, copy these fields across. Yeah, I did that. Looking forward to driving. And they can send you a message if they want. And we're including all of that extra information so they know what the dealership knows, can confirm everything that they're buying the right vehicle, and click transfer. And now they can download that PDF. We also have just emailed it to them. Let me just see if I can grab that. And here in the, I'll just show, we've now got an event feed entry indicating that, yes, they've transferred the money. They've let us know it's been transferred. And you can just sort of click and have a look at that e-invoice. Have a look through, and you can see here they let us know that it's been transferred. Here's some information about how it was viewed, it was paid. We SMS'd and emailed, and everything else. So you can even open up on the client site, and it will tag that this comes from the dealership as a view. you can see the user notes. You can add any dealership notes if you want. And importantly, you're looking through for your bank details. And let's say this is a good day, comes through quite fast. You can now confirm the settlement, say yes. So I'll show you, this is the email they got when they said that it's transferred. And this is also sent to the actual people associated with that transfer, so the users. And yeah, can see that came through, and also the attachment. Now that I've just said that this e-invoice has been confirmed, which I can do either from here, or I could have gone into that deal and could have clicked confirmed here, but it's already been confirmed. They now get the settlement confirmed email, just indicating, yes, that came through. All good. So that's it. They know that and if if they go load up the page again, they'll see it's been confirmed. The important thing there is that you know that they've tried to make the transaction. You know to be looking at it in your bank account. And they know when you have received it. So there's a little bit of that handshake going on there, just letting people know, because if you wait 8 weeks and then contact them and say, hey, did you pay for it? And they went, yeah, we paid it on the day. It's now too late to get the bank to cancel that, fraudulent transaction. By showing all this information here, the point is this is a somewhat more secure site than the email. Now, yes, hackers can still doctor the email. There are still a variety of issues. It's also via SMS. You can confirm multiple different ways of checking this. And if any of the account information, especially BSB and account number, are incorrect between here, on the actual document itself, on the email here, on the SMS, if none of those match, that should be screaming at the client, do not pay for this. This seems suspicious. And that's the main way that we're doing some sort of validation. We also have what I call the three-way validation here, whereby these bank details are saved against the dealership. And yes, you can go and change these if you want a different reference number. If you do need to change these, you can go through, you can save that. Updating these will go to all of the staff in your bank. And also will not affect any existing deals. Those have the old bank account information still there. Each of those times you say the bank details, it's versioned. And if there are any changes between this, the e-invoice, or the bank details, it gets immediately flagged and alarmed and raises a problem. So we know if people are trying to tamper with the system. So there's multiple forms of validation going on. That's the main thing. And of course, this is a cat and mouse game. As the hackers start getting better, there are going to be different processes we'll have to put in place, different types of security measures, and it's something that we'll just have to evolve. The good thing is that by having this in place as a dealership, you are at least showing the court you took reasonable measures. You didn't just send them the email. You are using a system that is doing more steps to validate and should be a lot more safer. I can't confirm that it will definitely stop all fraud, but it should reduce it. And it's like going, people trying to steal a car. If your car has a better alarm than the others, people are less likely to steal it. If you want to know more about Drivible and our document storage and management solution, or our e-invoicing or payments or e-signing solution, have a look at drivable.com.au if you aren't already using us. And yeah, just request a demo. We'll get back to you when we can, and we'll set you up with a free account that you can have an experiment and play with. And I hope that the e-invoice solution will certainly save a few people from possible fraud attempts. If we can stop at least one person having to lose almost their life savings because their email had been hacked, then that'll be good. Thank you.